Hey, beautiful people, Brother Guerrero here. It is February 19th, Sunday, 8:34 a.m. I'm looking at my phone here because I'm about to share something with you. So, you're probably wondering, why does Brother Guerrero look like this? Well, I just woke up about an hour and a half ago, and maybe no, actually 2 hours ago, and I haven't gotten ready yet. I don't want to make too much noise because I don't want to wake up my wife. She has to work tonight. So, I will have to get ready for church, but that'll be a little later. We don't start till 11:30 anyways. How do I like 11:30 service? Well, there's benefits to it. I guess my kids get to sleep in and they wake up and go to church on time and not give a big like I don't want to go, Uh that's the benefit. The cons, I don't I mean, I'd rather do it early. I don't know why I think it's better for me, I guess because I think it'll give me more time. Well, that's not true. I can create videos early in the morning, but it's cold in here right now. It's let's see. And I know it's not cold like other areas, but it's 37 degrees here in California, Menifee. So, it's gotten a lot colder than that, to be honest. But I know there's other people that are in a negative, so I shouldn't be complaining. The reason why I'm looking at my phone is because I was getting messages on Twitter by members of the church only, and that's what's kind of weird for me. They were sending me links to my supposedly Instagram, and so I told them, I say, "Did you send me this? Because I didn't open it, but did you send me this?" And they're like, "No, don't open it." I said, "No, I didn't." It says bro G found you, and then my link. So if you're getting links, if you're on Twitter and you're getting links from members of the church or even anyone else, don't click on them. I just think it's weird that it's coming from members of the church. So I don't know. I mean, I have um there's only like two followers that I kind of have only. It's basically members of the church or Braves fans for baseball. So Um, I don't know. I haven't gotten a Braves fan to send me that, so it's kind of weird. Anyway, oh, and guess what? John Cena actually follows me, a legit profile, which is kind of cool. I was like, what? Looks like he does follow people. I guess out of kindness and make people feel good. But that's he does. He follows me on Twitter. He has good quotes. He sends very positive quotes, and it's I like them. Anyways, I wasted 3 minutes and a half of your time for the real reason why I'm creating this video. Put my phone down. I said that I was gonna. I said I was going to share some of my dreams that I've had. I know I've done it before in the past, but that channel is gone, so that's not available anymore. But I've had so many and updated ones as well that maybe hopefully I can remember sharing them with you as I read because I put it in the blog, so I'll leave a link below. You can follow that if you like. There's another video on a warning voice channel. You can watch it there too. What I'm about to read to you. If you're interested, you can watch that. More of a dramatic scene, I guess. That's what people tell me, which is okay. I mean, it's supposed to be dramatic. It is what it is. I think the last times will be dramatic. I think there'll be things that we'll see that we can't believe. It'll be like, wow. You know, I'm pretty sure when wars happen in other countries, some other countries even is so normal that it doesn't. it's like whatever, you know. But people do die, and I think we live in scary times now. We really do. I think beyond what we even know of. I know that some of you guys are not aware of many things. I know that, and sometimes when I create a video, you might be thinking, "Man, Brother Girl is like so stressed out, or he has anxiety over so many things. Like, mm, where is his faith?" I mean, like, and yeah, true, but uh, I honestly believe that we are here and we are going to see so many things. I believe honestly that we will see a war in our land in my lifetime if I'm still alive. I really believe that. There's so much you guys could follow channels, YouTube channels that will keep you updated if that is something that you can handle because it does give you anxiety if you can't handle those things. YouTube channels that I follow is Redactive. Him and his wife. They are so good at what they share. Let me make sure that that is the name of the channel before I give you some false information and you're probably going to be following some other stuff that you're not supposed to. Redacted. Very good channel. There's other channels that I think that are okay, but sometimes I kind of wonder where they get their information at. And then a lot of times I don't like when they don't share their links or their information. Oh, I know who gave it to me. I don't like that. Canadian Prepper is one of those. I think sometimes he's just so extreme, but some of the stuff that he says can be helpful, but I would take it as a grain of salt for him. Really, for him. Jason A is a channel that basically shares what's really going on in the world. He's kind of like a news guy, just shows images and news media, but if he puts it well together, he really does. Let's see, do I have anything else that I can share here? I know there's more. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me just make sure. Marfugal News, Marfugal TV. There's two channels, Marfugal TV, Marfugal News. Now this guy, he does have a website. If you go to his channel, he leaves links to his website, and you click on those, and everything that he talks about, he has them all right there. You can click on them and read them for yourself. He's really good at his work and I really like him. That one I really do. I watched all of it. Think sometimes it's like 2 hours, and I'll watch it every day. So at work, I'm listening to it. Um, Goshen Prepping, Goshen, Goshen Prepping or Goshen. That's his last name, I believe. He's pretty good. He's very he- he's I guess he says what he's got to say and just he doesn't have long videos, so that's what I like. Big Family Homestead is good. Sometimes Mr. MBB 333, he's got some good stuff, some sky stuff going on in heavens that you can see, Uh, there's some that I follow here, like I wouldn't suggest because sometimes they cuss, and I don't like that. The Real BP Earth Watch, that's a good one. Uh, Dabu 777 is okay too. Let's see. I think that's all I can share for now. But yeah, very good channels to watch. Anyways, let's get to the dreams. Dang, it's almost 10 minutes. Sorry if my table is moving around like this because it's not steady. I'm still trying to figure things out in this garage. I haven't had time to do anything, but let's get to my what I'm about to read. You're not going to be able to see what I'm reading. You're just going to be seeing me, which is kind of sorry about that because I'm trying to use a different camera. So it's a different program, and I'm just trying to see if it works out good or not. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I will leave the blog link to this. This is my blog. You can read it for yourself. And then there'll be a video links on there too that you can watch. And then on those description videos, on the description box, there's other links there that you could look to for yourself where you can find this information. So this is Dreams of War in the United States. This is I've had so many dreams. You guys know this. Uh, I get a lot of slack out of this when I share it. People tell me, "Oh, you be careful. You don't need, it could be not from God and things like that." Well, some of the dreams and most of the dreams that I've had, I can tell. I feel like I feel like I can tell the difference between the two. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know what's up. I'm gonna share what I can remember. These are a bunch of dreams that I'm just putting together. There's a lot more to these dreams. Hopefully I can probably add into it as I read, but I don't know because sometimes when I try to explain some of the other stuff, it's hard to even explain it. There's no just I can't justify it. There's no justification of what I'm trying to share to you. The imagery is hard to even explain. A lot of it could be symbolism. A lot of it could be straightforward. To me, I think most of it is straightforward, but there's other things that I remember that it's like like for example, uh, in some of the dreams, I saw so much rain and so much flood and even pouring into your homes and the water going so high that it's actually coming out the windows. I've seen people out there drowning, like kind of like for trying to get out of the flood or whatever, kind of like Noah, And so to me, when I see that, it's like like in the days of Noah, as the days I forget the name of the scripture, but you know what I'm talking about. That is what that symbolized to me is when I saw that in a dream. It's like in the days of Noah. That's when things are the second coming is approaching already. But let me read this. This is from Jeffrey R. Holland, our elder apostle. He spoke on this before for times of trouble. This one is from 2012. It was in a live audience that basically a sister asked a question, asking basically, and I'm paraphrasing, guys, that what can she do to help, because she's so scared that her kids are being hurt, especially if the world that we live in, and how can she be uh, how what can she do to make things more positive and to help them, to give them strength, and the worriness of a parent and a grandparent. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. um, we've been having a lot of military uh, planes flying around. That is something that I wanted to also bring up. Good thing I heard it that way I could tell you. More than usual, yes, we do have a military base here, but the flying jets and everything that I see is way more, has been escalating every day, and more than usual. Okay, so she asked a question. So this is what he said. We are given in this church and in the gospel protections. And that's because God knows far better than you or me or our kids know that we're going to be in combat. I think part of the reason half the Book of Mormon, some 40%, some gigantic portion of the Book of Mormon is about war. And we say, what on earth is that all about? Well, I think it's because war is the metaphor for the last days, and the book is for the last days. And so heaven knows those sweet kids of yours are going to be on the battleground. Now there is more to this context. I don't want to make it more than it is. I honestly believe that it was more of a spiritual thing that he's talking about, but I also took it as a thing that, I mean, literal war. I do believe that, but he also mentioned a few words about, the things that kids go through right now, at school and all that, and temptations and things like that. So he did ask, told the sister that, that they need to put the whole armor of God, and basically teach them faith and things like that. There's so much into that, but there's a link of that if you want to go ahead and watch the whole thing. I believe it's 2 hours, but it's a very good presentation, live question Q&A kind of style. So I recommend you guys to watch that. I'll continue. This is where I start with my dreams. It says, these dreams left me with a feeling of dread and a strong urge to warn others of the potential dangers that lie ahead. The fact is that I believe it's going to happen sooner than later. In my dreams, I witnessed a catastrophic war that devastated the United States. The first thing I saw were multiple nuclear attacks across the country. It was a terrifying sight to see, and I knew that many lives were lost. Next, I saw Chinese warships sailing towards the U.S. coast. One of the ships fired a missile, and in retaliation, a U.S. aircraft destroyed the warship. However, this didn't stop the Chinese soldiers from parachuting through the clouds, ready to invade. As the soldiers landed, they began using their automatic rifles to kill innocent civilians. The scene was chaotic, with people running and screaming in terror. I remember seeing them trying to escape by running up the hills, hoping to find safety. That was me too. I was already up the hill, but I was ready to keep going after what I was seeing. It was like a Vietnam War kind of movie when you just hear ta 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 ta, and women and air, men, children, just screaming and yelling. People were getting killed. I was seeing people getting laid out. That's what I was seeing. It was just a scary thing that I saw. As the soldiers landed, they began. Did I read that? Yeah. Suddenly, I saw a rocket fly over my head, and I got the impression that it was headed towards another state. For some reason, I felt like it was going towards Utah. Now, I read other dreams from members of the church in the past. I believe it's Eliza Snow or somebody. I could be wrong. Could be somebody else. That Gail Smith, I believe Gail Smith, uh, maybe Sister Snow. I don't know, but I know Gail Smith shared these kind of dreams as well, or she heard it from Joseph Smith or whatever second accounts, And when I read those dreams or visions or whatever they are, um, I can relate. It really hits the spot, Like I remember when I was having these dreams, and all of a sudden I read those. I'm like, whoa, like okay, this is confirmation to what I've saw. Let me continue. I also saw chaos and destruction, people resorting to violence, robbery, and killing. This is a reminder that in times of crisis, there are those who may choose to act out of fear, desperation, and self preservation. I don't know how many times I've seen this where even their parents taking their children to rob homes because of hunger, breaking in people's homes, trying to steal their food and whatever they can get there. I mean, it was like a movie, is what I saw. It just felt like I was seeing a movie. Um, Finally, as I was driving down the street, I realized that the streets were completely empty with no one in sight. I searched for my family, but I couldn't find them anywhere. So, again, I'm just trying to put everything together, all the dreams and the things that I could remember. That's another time when I was actually driving. I'm looking, trying to get home and trying to look for my kids. I couldn't find them. I was listening to the radio, um, and there was like somebody on the radio saying that we're being attacked, and there's one coming, another one, another nuclear bomb coming, and it was just like again like a movie. Um, there's been times when it was raining. Again, I saw a lot of rain. Every time I was seeing rain when these things were happening. In the midst of the chaos and destruction that I witnessed in my dreams, I felt a sense of hopelessness and despair. But then I remember the power of faith and prayer. There's another dream that I remember where I knew that it was coming, and I was at that moment of time, I was with my mom, with my sister, and the only thing I could think of was like, man, my sister's not baptized. She needs to get baptized. How can I do this? Is it too late? But it's already war. This is already chaos, and like I don't know what's going to happen, with her salvation. But I remember we were hugging on the a big bed, holding on each other, just waiting to die, basically. But I was watching television, and there was like this priestess, Catholic priestess, speaking, saying her, like some, like if we were in church and basically saying, we're all gonna die, and this is, I guess, giving us hope. I don't know, and I remember that, and then when the bomb hit, I remember tasting no death, and many of those dreams was like that, tasting no death when the bomb detonate, how you say it, when it blows up. I would never taste death. Now, there's a lot of things I could think of why of that reason, but I'm not gonna go ahead and interpret that. But that's what every time it happened, I would not even taste it. Now I don't know it was a rapid death or I just didn't taste it. But when I woke up, I felt like I didn't taste it. Um, let's see. In times of trouble and uncertainty, prayer and faith can provide comfort and strength. We must pray for guidance, wisdom, and protection. As terrifying as my dreams may have been, it's important to remember that we should not live our lives in fear. Fear can paralyze us and prevent us from taking the necessary steps to protect ourselves and our loved ones. So that's another thing too, that we often get scared and don't know what to do. You get all this anxiety and don't even have time to prep. I mean, we should prep. That's what we and this church has always taught is preparedness. We should have, think of self-reliance and things like that too. We do need to protect ourselves. Think of your situation where you live at. What would be good? What you should have. I have a little stove about this big, just one stove with those little gas tanks I have there, which I still need to buy more. I have barrels of water over here. I only have two of the what is it, 25-gallon, 50-gallon, I don't know what they are. And then, which I still need more. We have toilet paper, napkins. We have not enough. Trust me, not enough. We have canned foods. Those are something that I do because it's more affordable. To my knowledge, they will last for a very, very long time. The taste might be different or whatever, but they're gonna last for many years, as long as they're well taken care of, being in a good temperature or whatnot. But uh, what else? Just things like that. Things like that. Make sure you have a lot of blankets because it might be really cold and we won't have any heat, no power. Generators. I don't have a generator, but things like that. Think about those things little by little. Buy stuff. In addition to comfort I received in one of my dreams, I heard a sudden knock on my door. As I approached the door and opened it, I was surprised to see Jesus standing there. He looked at me with a serious expression and spoke in a calm yet firm voice, saying, "It's time." Now I did not see his face, guys. I don't know what he looks like. But I knew it was him. His glorified and I just all I saw was a body figure, and I knew it was him. And he said, "It is time." I go outside. I found myself outside, and next thing you know, from far away, I saw darkness, and I knew that dream felt as if like darkness is coming, it is arriving. Let's go. It's time. So I woke up. I don't know what happened. I don't know what would happen if I would have stayed asleep and kept dreaming, but that's what happened. Now, again, I don't know what that dream means to me. I can interpret it that, he will gather his people. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen to me. My hope is that I'll be one of them. But in that dream, um, I can I can say that he will gather his people. So those who are scared and afraid, don't be, don't be. If you're faithful to him, trust me, he will gather you, and you will be part of the wheat, and he will destroy the tares. Do not worry about those things. This is what Elder Boy K. Packer shared. Um, these encouraging words. He said, "Our young people, in many ways, are much stronger and better than we were. They and we should not be afraid of what is ahead. Encourage our young children, our young people. They need not live in fear. Fear is the opposite of faith." He also says that the Lord said, "Take upon you my whole armor, that, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, having done all, that ye may be able to stand." And that's in Doctrine and Covenants, section 27, verse 15. You can find that talk in General Conference. Do not fear, April 2004. I just took the quote out of there to put it on here. Um, Let us not fear, but instead face the challenges before us with courage, faith, and hope. Again, there is so much that I can share with you guys. Um, where is my camera? That I can share with you guys that I seen, but obviously I can't remember a lot of them. I can't even find my journal. I'm pretty sure my journal is in here. I have two other journals in my house, but they are not the ones that I am looking for. So I have to go through stuff to find those that maybe I will be able to share if I have any more. I know there is. There's a lot more to it. Um, you know, tasting, not tasting death. When I think about that, and I'm hoping that you can hear me, there's something blocked here. Um, it says in the scriptures, It says in the scriptures, and I should have posted it, which I did not. First Nephi 22:17. All right, let's go there. I'm so dumb. If you can go ahead and get that First Nephi, that way we can do it together. That'll be nice. First Nephi 22:17 and 18, I believe. All right, here it is. Wherefore he will preserve the righteous by his power, even if it so be that the fullness of his wrath must come, and the righteous be preserved even unto the destruction of their enemies by fire. Wherefore the righteous need not fear, for thus saith the prophet, they shall be saved, even if it so be by fire. So that's just verse 17. That's the only one I'm going to share. You do remember, guys, there's a scripture saying that if you pay tithing, you will be basically that's fire insurance. But we know that's not really true because you could be paying tithing and you could be wicked and do whatever you want and still get burned. Well, wait a minute, I pay tithing. So but that scripture reminds me of the prophet Daniel. Remember those three men that did not want to worship? Who was it? Nebuchadnezzar or somebody or from Babylonians? I don't remember. but they do not want to worship the image, the big old statue, basically representing the guy there. The hey, suppose Antichrist, I would say, uh, and they didn't get burned. They did not get burned, and I that's what I think when I read that. That's the thing that I think about all the time. That hey, whatever happens, God is going to protect those who are His people, and so we must become His people, guys. And don't be afraid. When you I get those dreams, yeah, I feel like oh my gosh, like, but I haven't had those dreams for a very long time. The most recent dream that I've had, which is dramatic, but I if we do live that long, which sometimes we think that when war comes, at World War Tres, I don't want to say certain words. If it happens, uh, usually people think that is it. That's when everything happens, and then the second coming comes, and then but in how many years will that happen? Will it take Will we be at 10-year duration, 20, 30 years? Who knows? I don't know, 50 years, 100 years even? Who knows? Because there'll be a time when there's going to be the Lord's people saying, whatever happened to the Lord, he was supposed to come and he never came. So I don't know. Will we be in bondage like the Egyptian slaves, Israelites being slaves? uh, Things like that. I mean, are we going to go through the same old thing for 40 years or whatever? I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can find out if I do. Well, I could find out if I could do my scripture reading. But if anybody has any comments about anything in this video, go ahead and share them. Enlighten me or email me at ldstruthmatters@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Um, I dreamed that normal day. And I saw, we looked in the sky, it was pretty dark already. It was getting dark. And I saw a bunch of UFOs. So many UFOs. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And this is not the first time I've dreamt this. I've dreamed many times about the same thing, but in different ways. But I would say, I don't know, they were pretty big. Probably, I don't know, half size of a Volkswagen Bug. I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but they were round and they were flying up in the air. I saw thousands. Then it spoke to me because when I was walking, I picked up a stick. I picked up a stick, and I don't know for what reason why I picked it up, but I picked it up, and it was a drone, and it said, um, "Drop the stick," blah blah blah, whatever, like a female voice, telling me to drop the stick, because now I'm like probably a threat, And so I dropped the stick and I on my way, and then I saw them leave. But there was thousands, so I see those kind of dreams too, where I saw a lot of that. So what is it called? Control, um, martial law type of um, way of living. I don't know. I think the reason why I dream those also is because artificial intelligence, guys, if you guys have no idea, please find out where this is going. There is so much going on with artificial intelligence that it's scary. So scary that this technology is growing so rapid that it's hard to keep up. It's in your hands now. GTP, I think GPT, chat. Let me get that right before I give you the wrong. Yeah, GPT chat is one of them. Um, you can ask it anything and it'll do it for you. It responds way faster than Google, better than Google. It's scary. And that's just one program. Open AI is what it's called. Program that you can play with. It's very scary. Um, some of the questions that people ask, that has shown me some weird stuff. Now I'm not going to share it here because I didn't give him permission, but they asked about Joseph Smith, and the AI was pretending to be Joseph Smith and saying all these weird stuff. It was crazy. Guys, let me just tell you right now, if you're going to play with that thing, and I don't know if you have, but I have, but if you're going to play with that thing, be careful what you ask because um, it keeps a record. And I don't care if you think you delete it. No, it's going to be on record in a file because even right before you you know get you sign in, and it tells you if for some reason they need this information for court, they will use it. So I mean, people, crazy people are going to say something or do something. If I got in trouble on the streets or something like that, they're going to look it up and see if I ever played with that, and if I said anything. Does it talk about, asking questions on how to do something illegal, and it will tell you probably. But then that's how they watch you. It's gotten that far, guys, and it's getting worse, way worse. You can't. First of all, Google only shares what they want to share, and then they snitch on you, and then you're on blacklisted, and then you can't share some stuff on YouTube that you're not supposed to, so you get banned. It just gets worse and worse. So be very careful. I will share that kind of information a little later, maybe. I hope this helps. I don't know. If you guys had dreams, send them to me. I've already read some of your guys' dreams that you guys sent on email, and I appreciate it. I haven't responded because a lot of them are really long, which it's okay. But I might want to have a chat with you live um, on Zoom. That way we can upload it in my channel. I would love to do that with you. Or if you have any information about prophecy and the last days, where we at, things like that, I would love to hear from you. That way we can have a meeting and discuss some things. Maybe you can teach me something. I'm not the smartest, brightest guy, but I know a little. But I would love to hear from you guys. I love you guys. Have faith. Don't be afraid. Um, I know life is hard now and times are tough, and it's hard even more now because people are confused. There's people that some channels, I'm telling you, there's good things and bad things about what happened when we got our lockdowns. A lot of YouTube channels from that are members of the church has started their own channel creating videos, and there's a lot of good content out there. But then again, there's also stuff that I just don't understand why they have to say certain things that make the members of the church question their faith and where they belong. And they're still members of the church. Now, I know that we have questions. I know that. I know that um, we have doubts. A lot of us have doubts. I already know what we all know. Most of us know what have the prophets have said about our doubts, our you know, what we're not supposed to be reading, who are we supposed to be following. Um, I deleted my other channel for reasons, many reasons that I've already shared. But another reason is because I've said things that they might be true, and a lot of it I can say they are, but it was more of a form of attack on some folks that I did not want to be like that no more. I did not. I already know what Julia Rowe is. I already know what other YouTube channels are and what they do and what reason why they have a channel. I don't want to bash people. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I'm pretty sure I will bring up a couple of people here and there. I'm not perfect, guys, but there's been times where in my other channel that I've done many mistakes, and I said I do not want to look for these videos. let's delete the whole channel and start all over. I need to be more humble, more kind, and more sensitive and things like that. Because I have questions, I have my doubts, but I know that the church is true no matter what. And I'm going to continue on whether things get really tough. And I know we don't know when what we will do exactly. We can say, "Oh yeah, no, look at what Peter did, denied Christ," and Christ was with him, and he still denied him. But my goal is to continue on, and even I know things are going to get tough in the world and in the church. They already are, but it's going to get worse. And so it all depends on your testimony of the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, the Pearl Great Price, the Bible, and the prophet, First Presidency, and the apostles. I'm telling you right now, guys, I know it's hard, and there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. Guess what? Sorry to say, a lot of them are not until later. So again, I do see the apostasy happening very bad and extremely bad really fast. So stay on the boat. Stay on a boat. And man, I there was this guy on YouTube. Man, he got interviewed by two channels that I saw, and the stuff, and it's a group of people that like to they think that Joseph Smith was the last prophet and everyone else is, and they have all these supposedly proof that Joseph Smith was the last and that's it. But their arguments are so terrible and so horrible that it's like, this is what you have? Are you serious? It's like, you gotta be kidding me. And this person that was being interviewed by these two channels was so he would interrogate and ask questions to the person that was interviewing, defending the church. And I'm like, this guy has no idea. He sounds like Satan. He really is being controlled by Satan. Because even though if you were right, I don't see Jesus acting that way. I really don't. And I know that we're human beings, but this guy acted like he was a lawyer or something. And it's like, but you're assuming, you're saying things, all of what your arguments are assumptions, and they're not even actual proof of nothing. So yeah, there's always answers to some of the questions that you may have. You just gotta look for them in the right places, not in some random blog or something, or some group that are not even with the church anymore. If you want answers, you find answers within the church realm. You don't go outside. It's like me getting answers from the fake news media. Come on, guys. I am not going to believe anything that goes on in the news. And by the way, we might have a UFO invasion soon, as you can see on the news. Anyways, boys and girls, brothers, sisters, friends, family, I love you. And stay faithful. I'm trying to cut this short. I know it's a long video. Love you guys. Talk to you again.